Hey guys, thanks for watching and welcome to my second video called Stigma around Mental Health. So in my introductory video I kept using this word, stigma. So I thought I'd make another video just to explain what it is and elaborate on that a little bit. So when I talk about a stigma, I'm talking about this negative connotation that's attached to a certain quality or a certain group of people. So in the context of mental health, I think there's a stigma around people with mental health issues as well as just talking about mental health issues as well. And that's why I think breaking the stigma of talking about mental health is so important, because mental health issues are so common. So many people experience them, but a lot of them feel like they can't talk about them because of this stigma. If you're someone who feels alone and like you're the only person going through these mental health issues, you're not, I promise. So in the US in 2018, about 1 in 5 experienced some sort of mental illness, about 1 in 25 some sort of serious mental illness, and again in the US, the second leading cause of death in people aged 10 to 34 is suicide. So this goes to show you that mental health disorders are incredibly common, but a lot of people can't get access to healthcare to get them treated, and they're also just afraid to talk about them too. So you might be asking yourself now, if mental health disorders are so common, then why is there a stigma attached with them? Well, in my opinion, there's two reasons. One is the lack of communication, and two, there's a lack of education. So first, lack of communication. I think there's a lack of communication in virtually every area surrounding mental health. One reason has to do with the nature of certain disorders like depression that are internal and make it difficult for people with them to open up, and make it difficult for those around that person to recognize these kinds of mental issues. Therefore, it's essential that those with these mental health issues open up to whatever support system you have, whether it's your friends, your family, or even a counselor, to open up about these issues and be honest about how you're feeling. I do, however, realize how difficult it can be to make that step and finally talk to someone about how you're feeling. As someone who didn't get counseling until I was 18 years old, it was a big step for me to finally admit that I needed help. So whatever support system you have, to talk to them and be honest about how you're feeling is incredibly important. And even though it's a tough decision to make, it's one that will pay off in the future, because you know that you're doing the right thing and you know that you're finally getting the help you need. Additionally, it's up to all of us to be good friends, to be good family members, to be a good support system for those who are struggling. So I encourage you to reach out to those people if you recognize that something is a little bit off. Just sending a text message saying that you're thinking about them, or even just asking about their day and how they're feeling. That's something that's really big, and I know when I was in high school, I wish I had gotten more of those messages from people. So I think for all of us to just be good people and to be encouraging and supportive is very important. And that two-way communication system is one that will help combat this kind of stigma and will lead to a better understanding between both parties. Next, there's a lack of education about mental health. From my experience, mental health was totally neglected from the school curriculum. So I think that's why a lot of people have this negative connotation with mental health. They fear what they don't understand, and it has led to this kind of stigma. So because people are uneducated about mental health, and because it's a little bit of an awkward conversation to have, it makes mental health kind of taboo, and that no one really wants to bring it up because it's a little bit awkward. But in doing that, it just makes people afraid to talk about it in the future, and they feel like they have no outlet and no one to talk to. So there's a lot of misunderstanding that could be improved with better education. Not just education in schools, but by people doing their own reading and reading up on things they don't understand. Alright, and that'll do it for my second video. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. If you want me to talk about anything in particular, just give me a comment. Otherwise, like and subscribe. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and we'll see you next time.